I just spent $120 on sour chips, and we're gonna find out how a YouTuber turned this into 100 million of these. Something that my bachelor's degree couldn't even help me achieve in my wildest dreams. I still love you, Bryant. And before this video begins, please be sure to like and subscribe because this video is not sponsored and my parents are starting to make me pay rent to live at home.
You're $1 short. You die now.
Sour strips. Are they actually sour or just sweet? On my quest to find out how people are building massive brands by selling wild products like sex chocolate, and yes, that's a thing, I stumbled upon sour strips. And if you haven't heard about them yet, buckle up because you're about to be mystified. Oh crap!
Just hit me.
Dude, I'm so sorry. It was completely my fault.
Damn right it was.
I can give you my insurance, everything, like anything you need. Just don't call the cops.
Yeah, give me everything you got right now.
Okay. I don't even have anything. Wait a minute. Okay, I can give you all of that, or I can give you all of these sour strips. The world's best sour candy. It'll pay for all their insurance and bills and everything. It's worth it. Where is he going? Does he live in the woods? Where is this guy going? Oh my... Now that I've nearly avoided a lawsuit, we're not just taking a deep dive into how sour strips became a snack time legend. Oh no, we're gonna do something crazy. Something insane. Something straight out of a cartoon. We're gonna build my official, but unofficial, world's record for the longest sour strip. This 100-foot strip is gonna stretch from the top floor of this mall all the way down to the first, where I will attempt to take as many bites as I can before getting caught by security. Will it work? Will it fall apart? Will I get arrested? Only one way to find out. Let's do it. Meet Max Tuning, a YouTuber, entrepreneur, candy fanatic, and dog dad. Sam, I need help! Sam! It's crushing me, Sam. Should've just I almost just died!
That was pretty funny.
With his start in 2013 as a fitness YouTuber, Max was just getting by with his full-time job and the few $100s he was making off of YouTube. He made videos showcasing his PRs in the gym and how he was building his apparel company, Everforward. Now, did I go as far as going into eBay to find an Everforward shirt that they were selling for $20, only to put a bid in for $15 just to be able to get the shirt into this video to show you guys what it looks like, and especially what it looks like on me? Absolutely, I freaking did. I mean, look at this shirt, guys. Boom. Feeling quite patriotic right now. Ooh, I'm a little booty shaking this. Woo. Before that, he also sold deadlift bra shirts, where he was known as the deadlift bra. While trying to find these shirts, I came across what appears to be Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker from Rush Hour deadlifting together. I mean, look at them. How cute.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Oh yeah, big boy. Throughout the years, Max's videos developed into vlogs where he brought along his viewers on his journey of building a bunch of different businesses. Oh my God. 1001. Yep. No one could do it like me. No one. To pursue social media and his clothing brand full time, in 2016, Max left his job as a corporate headhunter. No, not that type of headhunter, although that was really gruesome. Throughout the years, Max also tweeted a lot about candy. And I mean a lot. However, there was always something that bothered him and something that probably bothers both you and I. Imagine this. You're walking into a store to find some candy, and after looking through the millions of options on the shelf, you say to yourself,
Man, I want some sour candy.
After some digging, you stumble across these, a throwback to your childhood. I remember sitting in front of the TV on Friday nights watching episodes of Sweet Life on Deck, followed by Jessie, as I devoured these in my Lunchables. I wonder whatever happened to Mrs. Kipling. She stopped appearing in the series after the death of her actor Frank in 20... She died? So, you decide to buy those extreme airheads, thinking to yourself, this is gonna be so good and sour. You get home, pop on your favorite show, watch some guys stomp on some food, and you begin to eat the candy, all to realize, this shit ain't sour. You get angry, feed a stray dog leftovers, and throw the rest away. Well, that's how Max felt. As a sour candy fanatic, he wanted real sour candy. Not that crap that says extreme, but the only thing extreme about it is the extreme disappointment you get when you take your first bite. And you know how I said he wanted real... My fuck. Okay, let's just let's just try this one more time. And you know how I said he wanted real candy? Well, the dude went on to name his company Actual Candy LLC. I thought this was kind of funny because it's like if Apple released the iPhone and called it Real Phones because they thought Blackberries were just some glorified calculator. In any case, Max was right. The competition claimed to be extremely sour, only to be sweet and sticky, making you question why you even trusted the brand with a smiling red balloon in the first place.
Oh, God!
While we leave Airheads in the past, I'm gonna find out if melting two sour chips together is even possible. Oh, yo, stay connected. Wait, show them.
Oh!
Oh my God.
Let's go.
Now this is what's up. This is technically probably the longest sour strip right now in the world.
This is nothing compared to what it's about to be.
Now we just need to upgrade this little torch into this bigger torch. But before I get to work, I'm gonna grab a snack. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes! Nice. As a result of constant letdowns from other candy brands, Max set out to build his own candy business, but things started off quite rocky. Max and his co-founders spent 6 to 7 months looking for manufacturers only to run into constant roadblocks. You see, Max ran into challenges like manufacturers not responding, some sending samples that didn't match his expectations, and others unwilling to change their formula to meet his needs. In September of 2018, he found a manufacturer and made this announcement.
This is a very special package. This is Project X. I'm starting a new company and I want to tell you guys about it and you're gonna be a big part of it and I think you're gonna, I know you are going to love it and it has nothing to do with fitness.
However, the candy wasn't exactly what he wanted. So he asked them, do you think you can make these a little more sour? And they said, yes, here you go. So he got a second sample and they were amazing. They were super sour, even a little too sour. But the problem was the candy was still a little sticky. He asked if they could fix this problem and they said, take it or leave it, kid. I mean, it makes sense. Large manufacturers aren't likely to overhaul their process for a small startup pitching a new candy idea, especially when most fail within the first few years. Get out! This is super important for anyone looking to launch their first CPG business, or better known as consumer packaged goods. Finding your first manufacturer can be difficult, but finding the right manufacturer, one willing to work with you to create exactly what you envision, can be even harder. However, from what I've noticed, it's the founders who relentlessly hammer the phones and refuse to take no for an answer that always end up succeeding. Even Max stepped away from the project for 6 months because he told himself he was never gonna be able to find the right manufacturer. On top of that, him and his co-founders also fizzled out. 7 months later, after moving from Virginia to Texas, Max regained the motivation to push forward, ever forward. And that's when sour chips began to take shape. Oh, won't you look at that? I think our sour chips have arrived. Let's go get them.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, guys. I don't think you realize how excited I am for this box. I've been dying waiting for this. So, after finding the right manufacturers in the Netherlands, Max and his friends set off to build the website and design the bags. I mean, look at this thing. It looks awesome. An interesting piece of information is that sour chips was initially produced in the Netherlands, but now if you look at them, it says that they're made in Spain. They made sure that it wasn't just functional, but that it also stood out. One of the most innovative features about the bag is its resealable design. You see that? You see that? Watch this. I like it. Another standout feature of Sour Chips is its see-through window that lets shoppers see the product before purchasing. This aligns with Max's philosophy that people are more willing to purchase a product when they're able to see it before buying it. The overall design of the bags are equally impressive. Max aimed for a modern look to position Sour Chips as an adult-friendly candy. He aimed to steer away from the childish designs that are typical in the candy aisle. As a passionate candy lover himself, he knew that if he was willing to spend money on high quality candy, others would be too. Another key aspect about Sour Chips was the brand name itself, Sour Strips. Max wanted to create a product as iconic as the name it represented. He wanted to emulate the power of Frosted Flakes. When you hear Frosted Flakes, you instantly know what that means. It's Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. Instead of following the traditional approach of pairing a company name with the name of a candy like Airhead Extremes or Haribo Sour Streamers, Max kept it simple and direct. I mean, the name Sour Chips perfectly encapsulates what the candy is. When someone says they're in the mood for Sour Chips, you know that it's this brand of Sour Chips that they want. Look at this thing. It looks delicious. Ugh. If you ate enough of these, your mouth is definitely gonna bleed. Thanks, Max. In regards to their online store, Max explains that it's designed primarily for new customers. With the brand expanding more into retail, he anticipates that most people will purchase in person rather than online. The website itself screams candy brand, with its vibrant colors and playful design. The characters are hilarious. This dude literally looks constipated from eating too many strips. The attention to detail is just incredible. Each flavor has its own color-coded tab, and hovering over the tab makes it glow in that color. Even the Shop Now button transforms your cursor into a character. To top it off, there's an animated Sour Chips truck at the bottom of the page dropping candy bags. It's fun, creative, and totally on brand. Alright, enough about Sour Chips and their branding. Let's interview one of my fellow Bulldogs and really see what they think about Sour Chips.
Hey, are you busy?
No.
Do you like sour candy?
I mean, I guess.
It's a yes or no question.
Sure.
Okay, cool. Sweet. So I've got some sour candy here for you. Give us your thoughts on them. Okay, I'm not gonna give you a choice. You're just gonna take that already open mango bag, okay?
Oh.
All right. So I didn't even get your name. Nice to meet you. I'm Solomon.
I don't know how much acting I should be doing. Oh dang, it's pretty good actually.
Actually?
Yeah, no, it's actually pretty good.
Scale of 1 to 10.
7.
A 7. That's pretty high. Why is it not a 10?
I think I want another flavor.
Take another flavor. Oh wow. What was your name again?
Alven's.
Alven's.
Yeah.
What do you think?
This one's definitely a 10. I think I just have to
10 out of 10?
Yeah.
Why? Is it really sour?
No, it is really sour.
Okay. Would you buy this again if you could?
I would.
Would you pay $3.19 for it?
I would.
Wow. Hey, that's pretty cool.
So after sharing a few strips with my new friend Alven's, at least we know people actually like the candy. But how did Max build a team that put Sour Strips on the map? Let's find out. In the early days of Sour Chips, Max describes the team as being extremely hands-on. They would receive packets of Sour Strips, break them down in their office, and then rebuild them. The conference room became their makeshift packing station. And to keep up with demand, Max turned to Instagram to find help. What's remarkable is how some of the early helpers are now key players within the company. For example, one of the people who showed up to help pack pallets is now the head of operations. Another team member who initially helped pack stickers is now the head of marketing and plays a major role in running events. Now, did I go as far as finding their LinkedIn just to show you guys? Absolutely I did. This grassroots approach to building the team speaks volumes about the culture and growth of Sour Chips. Max even admits that they have a lot of errors as they're just a group of people trying to figure shit out. It may cost them some money, but he approaches each failure as a learning lesson. Oh, she's wobbling. Wait, it's leaning. It's leaning. Son of a sour strip! Oh, okay. All right, on to the next part. Ladies and gentlemen, I just got some amazing news. My girlfriend just got into nursing school, and that means that you and I, yes, you, the one watching this video right now, we're gonna head to the store to pick up some medicines Oh my god, I'm so sorry for blowing out your ears. We're gonna go to the store to pick up some supplies to celebrate. And honey, if you're watching this, congratulations again. You've worked so hard. I'm very proud of you and I can't wait to see where you go with this. But for us, ladies and gentlemen, that does not mean that this video needs to stop. With the website and the product ready to go, we still need to understand how Max marketed Sour Strips to make it the absolute monster that it is today. To build anticipation for the product, Max posted Sour Strips across all platforms and teased it for 7 months. Chicken Alfredo bowl. Not for $3. He called it Project XX. To further increase the hype around the launch, he sent boxes of Sour Strips to 200 influencers, but gave them strict instructions. Don't open them until I say so. And just as Max hoped, the secrecy created a buzz and heightened the hype around the launch.
I knew it!
Of course it is, Max.
Oh my god. So much fun. I'm just sitting in my car eating candy.
What's remarkable about the launch is the sheer scale of Max's gamble. He ordered an initial batch of 60,000 bags, which he split into 20,000 boxes. Max set a high stakes goal. Sour Strips had to sell out on launch day. He knew that if the product didn't generate immediate demand, Sour Strips might never take off. On September 19th, 2019, Max's 30th birthday, Sour Strips officially launched.
Actual candy sour strips, which is gonna be the best sour candy you have ever had in your entire life.
He encouraged his audience to support the brand by purchasing just one box, priced at $20 plus $5 for shipping. Meanwhile, the influencers who received boxes began sharing their reactions online, amplifying the hype around Sour Strips. The result? Max sold out of all 60,000 bags in just 1 hour. Today, Sour Strips allocates $50,000 to $100,000 per month on marketing. A large portion of that budget goes towards giving away free merchandise at events and working with micro-influencers, a strategy that continues to fuel the brand's growth and expand its reach. And with that, Max emphasizes a really important point. Give away your product for free as much as possible. Instead of focusing on paid advertising, prioritize getting your product into the hands of micro-influencers. This approach allows you to tap into their audience, creating organic exposure for your brand. When walking down the aisle, their audience may recognize your brand and even be more inclined to purchase the product. However, it's important to manage expectation. Not every influencer is going to post about your product, and that's okay. If they do, that's a bonus. If not, no worries. He even highlighted a point that they've had huge celebrities post about the candy and they didn't even see a spike in sales. So, you may be asking yourself, when is it appropriate for me to ask an influencer to post or help with the brand? Max explains that the only time it's appropriate to ask for a favor is if an influencer comes back asking for more. In that case, be sure not to overwhelm them with demands. Instead, politely ask them if they'd be willing to share your product on their story, keeping the request light and optional. This gentle approach to brand promotion helps to build positive relationships and avoids alienating potential supporters. By focusing on creating a great product and fostering goodwill, you set the stage for organic, authentic growth. Ladies and gentlemen, we've put together 50 feet of our 100-foot sour strip, and we still have a long way to go. We started off quite rocky, got burnt a few times, lost a few strips along the way, and took a taco break. Who would have ever thought melting sour strips together would have been such a challenge? Wait, speaking about challenges. So, Max just puts candy into a bag and sells it, right? Well, if you believe that, you'd be incredibly right. Really? No, you'd be incredibly wrong. It only gets harder from here. For those of you who are interested in building your own CPG business one day, be sure to listen to this. Max gives us a tidbit of information on the challenges of running an operation like Sour Strips. When he got into his first major distributor, H-E-B, and was added to their system, he thought that the company would just buy from him and all he had to do was send them the product. What he didn't know was that although he was added to the system, he still needed to go in and convince managers to purchase and stock the stores with Sour Strips. Max went from store to store in Texas and sold Sour Strips directly to the managers. Luckily, they loved the product so much and started ordering immediately. I mean, talk about dedication. When it comes to inventory management, knowing how much stock to order is a constant challenge. Some days, you might overestimate and end up with excess inventory. Other days, you might not have enough inventory and receive a large purchase order, which can lead to costly expedited shipping to meet demand. Then there are expensive slotting fees. Grocery store aisles don't just happen by chance.
brands pay slotting fees to secure shelf space. That means you're not only covering the cost of producing the product, but also paying a significant amount of money just to get into the stores.
To add to the challenges, to get your product into retailers like Target requires navigating complex cash flow dynamics.
Max states that retailers like Target order up to 200,000 bags per week, but they expect companies to purchase and ship the products upfront before any payment is made. Payment terms can extend from 15, 30, 60, or even 90 days.
So, how does starting a CPG business sound now? I feel like having learned so much from these brands, I've gotten the courage to go off and build something of my own. And I've been working on something in the background, and if that's something you guys would like me to take you on a journey with, please be sure to let me know. So we were initially gonna shoot at the Promise Place Mall, but we found out that a kid recently got stabbed, someone else just got robbed at knife point, and a woman recently got jumped. Security is quite high at the mall, and I'd probably get trespassed if I were to get caught. So that's why we're here at the Emerald Square Mall. There's no one here. This is one of those malls that I used to go to all the time as a kid, but unfortunately throughout the years, it's basically turned into a ghost town, as you can see. And one day, I think they're actually gonna turn these all into condos or apartments, I believe, and that would be really cool to see, but man, this place is really eerie. What up guys, we're currently in Boston visiting Piper and I thought the city looked really cool. So we're gonna shoot the rest or some of the scenes here. All right, peace. So, where are Sour Strips today? From what I was able to gather is that Sour Strips has expanded from their 15,000 square foot commercial office space to a 60,000 square foot space in Sugar Land, Texas. At any given point, they'll have over 1 million units of Sour Strips, which is over $4 million in inventory. As of 2023, Sour Strips was bringing in an annual revenue of $24 million per year. An interesting fact that shocked me was when Max mentioned how Sour Strips performs the best on Valentine's Day, Christmas, and Easter, but for some reason not Halloween, which is most likely due to the fact that they don't have small enough bags for people to hand out. And the biggest news of all, after 5 years of owning and running Sour Strips, Max sold the company to Hershey's for an undisclosed amount. But let me tell you a secret. Many speculate that the deal exceeded $100 million, as the company was already generating $24 million in annual revenue. This estimate comes from valuating businesses using a revenue multiple, a method where revenue is multiplied by a factor, often 4 or 5x for a company like Sour Strips, to determine its worth. And in that case, Max most likely secured a 9-figure deal. In recent videos, Max has shared his plans to focus on building his family with his wife Taylor and their 2 dogs, Dude and Dolly. And he's even hinted at opening a Tex-Mex restaurant with a fun twist: free margaritas while you wait in line. Max, if that restaurant becomes a reality, count me in for the grand opening. As this video is all about building businesses and brands, I thought it'd be really nice to add in some of the things that Max says that he's loved about being an entrepreneur.
One of the things that Max has talked about on his podcast is how much he loves the freedom that comes with entrepreneurship. Max doesn't buy into the idea that you need to work 13 to 16 hours a day to succeed. He said that even while building his business, he made time for things that he enjoyed, like watching The Office at night or spending weekends watching movies with his wife, Taylor. He gives a lot of credit to Taylor for helping him keep that balance. She's been a big reason why he's been able to separate his personal life from business, which in turn has helped him elevate Sour Strips and even more. He also loves the jobs that he's created, which allow his team to live their lives and enjoy the things that they're passionate about. And that's something he takes a lot of pride in. But it's not always easy. Max has been really open about the challenges as well. He said that the always-on nature of entrepreneurship can be exhausting. Balancing both work and personal time, especially with his loved ones, is something that he finds really difficult because there's always more to do. He shared how accurate that image of entrepreneurship is. In reality, success isn't a straight line. It's messy, unpredictable, and full of ups and downs.
Before we get to the main event, I want to leave you guys off with 5 key takeaways that Max has for aspiring entrepreneurs.
Number 1, solve a problem without reinventing the wheel. Innovation often means refining, not reinventing. Even a 3% improvement can make a big difference. Number 2, seize opportunities in stagnant markets. Large corporations rarely innovate, leaving space for fresh ideas to disrupt outdated industries. Number 3, see industry giants as allies. While it may seem like big corporations want to crush small businesses, Max offers an interesting perspective. Small businesses take the risk and test the market, saving large corporations millions in R&D cost. If the product succeeds, the big players can always acquire you. Number 4, take it day by day. Starting a business can feel overwhelming, especially in the beginning. Say yes to opportunities and figure out the details as you go. And number 5, just start. Begin by thinking about what your brand represents. Ask yourself, as a consumer in this space, what would you want from the brand you'd buy from? Let that guide your vision. These lessons are simple but powerful. By following these items, you are bound for success.
Alrighty guys, we've made it here to Emerald Square Mall, and I didn't plan it out right. We were 6 minutes late and the mall closed, but we only have today to shoot the video. So we're gonna hang it off of the parking garage instead. Here's our strips, as shown earlier. I don't know how Sam is gonna figure out where the beginning of this thing is, but he's gonna figure it out, and he's gonna dangle all this sour goodness from all that height.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna try to make it not
Guys,
touch
I
like
am-
the cement. Damn, it's like Loki staying together.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm so excited for this. This has been a month's worth of work for this entire video, and it's dangling off of a third story of a parking garage, and if it falls, I'll catch it. Oh my God.
How close is it? I can't tell.
Dude, it's on the second floor. It's on the second floor. How much more do we have?
Like a lot, actually.
Let's go.
Oh, I'm starting to feel some weight though.
Yes, dude. This is also probably a good time to remind you guys to please like and subscribe. We're
Hey,
literally,
come
oh my
close.
God, it's coming down. Sam, it's right here.
hold it.
Sam, it's right here.
You can't use your hands. Yeah.
It's like the sugar's falling in my eyes.
Yeah, my phone, I left it here and now it's covered in sugar.
Let's go.
Oh no. Oh my God.
Sam.
He's gonna be eating cement. Oh crap. Oh, okay. Let me like lower it now.
Oh, yo, slow down. There's too much. How much more do we have?
Like probably like a lot.
Dylan, come get some. Guys, look at how long this thing is. Oh,
You want me to lower it more?
I'm like choking on it.
I know.
God, look at how long it is. This is so exciting. I know this might look stupid.
There's still like a lot left.
Guys, we freaking did it. Oh, and I think, is that security? That's not security. It's a Toyota. Moments after cutting the cameras, this is what happened to our sour chips. It looks like a unicorn absolutely diarrheaed all over the ground. And guys, please be sure to like and subscribe because I had so much fun making this video and I want to continue making videos for you guys. A quick shout out to the last winner of our Tabs chocolate right here for the last video. So another quick shout out to Kylie and Connor, my clients who bought a house with me as I filmed this video, where I gave them a bag of sour chips as a closing gift. All right, that's not the only closing gift I gave them. I gave them a few other things as well. But I'm excited to see you guys in the next video where we take on Bulldog Noodles. Peace.